What's going on, my friends? So we tried out this Skater XL. Had the urge to try and play some Skate, and realized that my Xbox no longer has it going on. So we're trying this out for a little bit. It's an interesting game. The controls are a little wonky for Xbox and whatnot. It I actually end up having to use both joysticks to do any form of trick, which is kind of weird. But at the same time, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. Like, on one hand, I'm used to doing with the right stick with Skate or Skate 1, 2, 3, whatever, to do all my tricks and pop them up and having no problem. But with this one, they definitely went they definitely went with the realism as best as they could, but at the same time everything is really sensitive to your skater as well. Like, as you can tell a couple of times here, your toe nicks something and then you're out. But overall, I mean, out of like 10 minutes I've played, it's okay. The controls for I'm using an Xbox One controller. The controls on it's really rough, I guess you could say. I tried out both my Xbox controller and my PlayStation controller, and the PlayStation controller has next to no support on it. So in order to pop the board higher with this game, I actually have to use both the sticks, like I mentioned earlier, to get any form of air. I can't just use the right stick or even my left stick, because both the sticks do both forms of ollies or nollies or anything like that. And this is about the extent of the board it has, or map, sorry. There's not much here. And I can't get off the board, to my knowledge. No, I can't get off the board. Using the controller, the Xbox controller, the triggers are what rotate the board to turn or steer the board, which is weird. I can steer with the sticks, but it takes forever to do any form of any form of turning. Out of the 10 minutes of playing, though, it sort of fills in the gap of Skate, but at the same time, I think I would much rather play Skate. And for $20 for a small board like this, sorry. I don't know. I feel like it could be okay, but I saw some stairs up here. Let's go try and see what we can do with that. Still no form of checkpoint, so I could go back to a spot, and I have to keep spawning in the same thing over and over again. With the crazy controls that it has with the controller, I'm still trying to figure out just how to do a normal 360 flip or laser or anything like that. And none of my controls want to make sense, I guess. Well, that was a nollie laser. It's definitely difficult to go and figure out how to do just normal kick flips. because if we're going to go based, let's say we use Skate's controls, and starting in the bottom left of the stick and going to the top right is normally how you do kick flips. Well, it's a pop shove it with this one, and it's slightly annoying, I guess you could say. Oh, there's that. Okay. Oh, there's the kickflip. And the animations are really stiff still, for even for an alpha game. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Not being able to get off the board is problematic. Especially, I've gotten stuck twice now, and I actually had to close the game and then reopen the game because I could not get off my board or get anywhere away from the wall. And so far, honestly, the hardest thing in this game is manualing, or even doing a nose manual. Because the controller... Those leaves were floating. The controller controls make it difficult for any form of manualing, because my right stick has to go up, and then my left stick has to go down. And I can't even figure out how to do just a normal... Oh, there we go. Just awkward, I guess. Oh, okay. Not much as far as the map goes, which is kind of a bummer. I have a small pool to skate. Looks like I have a couple handrails to hit. A little bit of stairs. I think I've actually just saw the entire map for you. All right. And also with the controls seem to wig out every now and then do their own thing. Like as I'm just skating along, the game will decide to do some form of trick for me with the control, which is interesting. I've read that the game has some form of modding already available for the game, so I'm hoping maybe they've done some form of new map. Holy crap. I don't think I can do any form of late flips. No, I can't do late flips. Which is sort of a bummer, but and I do not like respawning in the same spot over and over again. That is so frustrating. Oh god. Do I think the game's worth $20? Probably not, just based on the little bit of stuff I have available to me in the game and how wonky the controls are. Like I mentioned earlier, playing with an Xbox controller, and some of the stuff just wouldn't even work with the PlayStation controller at all. Like I could not ollie, I couldn't ollie, and this little power ramp here, I couldn't do anything off of. The control just was not having it for me at all. And God help you if you decide to use a keyboard and mouse. Holy crap. I actually had to go hunt my headset's charger just so I could hook the controller up, because if I could not find the controller, I honestly probably was going to return the game if I had to use a keyboard and mouse. It was so painful to use. I haven't figured out if we can do any form of grab tricks, since both of my triggers are used for steering, and it is really sharp with the steering. Like just tapping the control or the trigger, I feel like I'm skating with ridiculously loose trucks. And I can't figure out if there's any form of dark slides, power slides. There's no wallies, which is a bummer. No form of no complies. Oh. Yeah, that was the controller just wigging out all of a sudden. I didn't see this over here. Oh, okay. And the steering becomes next to impossible with any form of manuals, just based on how sensitive the controller is for it. That's about as... there we go. I guess I have to slow down next to 0 speed. Whatever. Get me off. There we go. I guess that's how we're going to have to do board slides, is using triggers. Or not. Definitely is a frustrating game. But it's going to fill the void for now for Skate. Hopefully. And there's no way to change your foot stance. I skate goofy. And I think the only way I can skate is regular, because I can't shift stances at all, which is interesting. Oh, there we go. I just can't step off and do anything. I actually have to do a trick and land goofy. And it does not look like the animation supports goofy stance. Interesting. So if you notice, I'm bow-legged. And here we are. About the extent of the game is literally maybe a 6-minute cruise around, if you can make it as a flat cruise. As you can see, I am probably absolutely garbage at this game. Oh, there's no probably there. They definitely don't make it. I want to hit the stairs over here, but I mean, it'd be nice to be able to get off the board and walk around. Okay. Oh, okay. Also, it would be nice to be able to do anything semi-easy. having to use both joysticks to do tricks is a little bit on the obnoxious side. Oh, okay. I just want to do normal kickflips, not pops. Now that animation is so interesting. Oh, is that a backflip flip? Stop. They definitely need to optimize controller support a little bit. It's a backflip flip. Interesting. Oh no, it's an ollie flip. Not much to do in the game, unfortunately, besides bail 9,000 times. Because it's hard to judge height on what I'm going to do. My guy lands like he's about to crush his face every time he lands. So that's cool, I guess. I just want to hit this trick off the board and do fine. I'll get it though. Don't worry. Even if it's just going to be a norm. Okay, that was boring. Kinda, sorta. We're getting there. Haha. Okay. Okay. I haven't quite figured out how to nose slide or tail slide, as it's ridiculously hard to angle the board for any form of grinding, as you can tell with the 900 times I failed going up that thing. Okay. I also think it auto pops me off rails when I get close to the end. which is, I mean, okay, I guess, but. All right. Ah, I got one. Keep popping too high. Hard flip. Laser. Pole. Solid. It's like a 6 out of 10. Back foot flip. I wish there was more spots plural for this game. There's no heals to bomb. I don't know what that was, but there's leaves floating in the air. Okay. Okay. Okay, controller, thank you. We'll come back to this. There's a leaf floating there. I think I got the 3 flip down though. Indeed, we got the 3 flip down. Now we just need to get her staying away from the walls down. Okay. Apparently I can't go anywhere near the walls. Hard flip 5-0. We can do this. I mean 50-50. Oh. Hardest trick in this game? Staying on the board. And kick flips. Kick flips are pretty hard. Okay. Oh, that was a no comply. How did I do that? I really had to do that. I like how I could jump half the height of a pole. As I say, I got it. I got the kickflip, but we did not. Those have entered in the house. Really wish I could figure out how to do half this crap that I'm doing. These controls make zero sense. Yes, it's Skater XL, Professor. You gotta check this out. Like, this is, the controls on this are so wonky. Like, I have to use both the sticks in order to do any trick, and it's confused. It's not like Skate. Obviously, it's not like Tony Hawk. as hard as crap to do anything that remotely involves going on ledges. Triggers turn the board around, and gravity is non-existent in this game. $20. This is how big the map is for $20. So we have a double set. Another double set. Tap anything you fall over. We have a small mani pad. Manualing is next to impossible in this game. I have the launch ramp, which is hard as shit to do anything on. We have a side rail. And then there's like this little small bowl type. And when I say small, it's pretty small. It's like maybe 3 feet deep, if that. The controller support in this is hilarious. I've said it a billion times now, but it's funny. Like, I'm using the Xbox controller right now. I tried to use the PlayStation controller and there was almost no support on it. My controls were backwards. And sometimes if I just sit there with the Xbox controller, it just pops up, like pops the board up for no reason. I wish I could show you without looking silly, but well, maybe we can. Like, I have to use both the sticks to do any trick. Like if I use just one or the other, it's just an ollie, but I have to use both sticks to do something. I mean, it's fun. I don't like how sensitive the character is though to tapping anything. I mean, as you can see, like I barely tap something, and my guy falls off the board. Can't get off the board, which is slightly frustrating. I don't think it was worth $20. But yeah, that's about the extent of the map. Like, I mean, you saw the double set up there, the mini bowl, and then the launch ramp over here to the right, and that's about it for $20. Yep, that was the controller. Oh my god, that was my first tail slide. Usually it's been 5-0s and 50-50s. I sort of look like a no comply. Manualing is so hard in this game. Like my right stick for a nose manual, I have to push up on the right stick and then left or down on the left stick. And for a normal manual, it's down on both sticks. And I can't steer because of how sensitive the character is. My triggers, I think I said it, but my triggers turn my character. And he turned, like, that's crazy. I feel like I might as well not have any trucks on the board of how fast I can turn in a circle. I've also had to turn the game off twice because I got stuck somewhere. I reboot it. Since you can't get off your board, I think it was in the bowl. I did something, I got stuck in the bowl. And I couldn't push because my left foot was caught on something. And my right foot obviously isn't going to leave the board until I do a trick. This is definitely a game that I could probably only play for like maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes at a time. I think I'm going on like 30 minutes and I've done everything I could do. Like all the spots, I've done everything I could do within reason. Half the time once I get to go pop the board, it's hard to control what to do after that. Okay. Animations weren't made for Skate and Goofy either. Like, at all. From my understanding, this company made the mobile version of this. They made it on the phone. And then they, at first, tried to port it to the PC. Obviously, that didn't go well. This is an era of let's make everything on the phone video game. As the most normal. Alright. I think we're going to be swapping to a new game because this is getting a little outrageous here. So, be back with you in a little bit, maybe 10 minutes. Grab a drink, see what games everybody's playing. Might come back with maybe some KOTOR, maybe Mass Effect. Maybe play some multiplayer with my man Base here if he's not playing something. So we'll be back.
Man, G is for what? Keeping it gutter.